includes Windows 10 on PCs, and it also includes something called mobility and security, which means your mobile device. So if you hear a lot less people saying Office 365 and more people saying Microsoft 365, that's because Microsoft is kind of renaming it to include everything. But we're going to take a look at this individual piece today of Microsoft 365 called Office and some of the tools. Now, I help a lot with Microsoft, so I'm a big fan of this guy. He is the CEO of Microsoft, and he recently made a statement, and I think it applies to each one of us in our classroom. If you don't jump on the new, you don't survive. And I think if we use some of these tools, especially in a remote classroom, it really allows our students to work better and harder and do an incredible job connecting to our class. So let's see what some of those tools might be. One of the first tools is sprinkled around a lot of places. This first feature is called Dictate. It's part of Microsoft Word. It's also part of Outlook, and it's also part of PowerPoint. And it's really helped me and my students be more efficient with writing papers and working together. But I want to show you live. So I am going to temporarily drop out of my slide so you won't see my slide doing much for a second. Look back on the big screen. And I'm going to open up Word, open a blank document here, and I want to make my font a little bit bigger so you guys can see. This is the full installed version of Word, which we often call now the premium version. And students can actually download these copies to their computers when they log in with email, so they can get free copies of the full Office. So let me show you this feature right over here. It's on the Home tab. It's called Dictate. Now, I know I could be typing, but I have to tell you, imagine this. You're headed to bed, it's late, you're tired, it's been such a busy day, and you get this email from a student that needs a little help, but you know it's not a simple yes or no question. You probably aren't going to answer it to the next day, because that would mean opening your full computer, typing this all in, maybe even grabbing reading glasses. I get it. But how about if I could dictate real quickly, like in any email now we can. So let me click Dictate right here. And by the way, Dictate can be set to my primary language being French or English. And I'm going to pick English Canada right here. And I'm going to click the top half of the Dictate. And then I'm going to be showing you my hands. Let me show you why. I click Dictate now. Look, Mom, no hands. And as I'm speaking right now, are you seeing that I'm not typing things in? I'm getting text placed right on my screen. Now, there's actually some benefits to this. Some students who are practicing English or French could help dictating so that their language is clear and understandable. Students who aren't able to spell yet very well in like kindergarten and grade 1 could still write a paper, but with their voice. So it gives us so many new opportunities. And please understand today that we know that 1 out of 5 students around the globe has some form of dyslexia, so this could also help. I'm going to turn that off. Now, it does a pretty good job, even though I wasn't, going super crazy slow. Now, I could then click back on the top of the document, go under the Review tab right here, and first of all, translate it into multiple languages like French and beyond. But I can also read it back aloud to me to make sure what I said makes some sort of sense. Let's listen in. So
Look, Mom, no hands, and as I'm speaking right now.
Now, his voice seems not so great, so I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to come over here to these buttons. I'm going to click on Settings, change my reading speeds a tad faster. And I'm going to pick Microsoft Zero and let her read back to me real quick.
Are you seeing that I'm not typing things and I'm getting text placed right on my screen now? There's actually...
I might want to clean that up now because sometimes we speak a little different than we write, but now I could go back and edit that. This would be great in Outlook to read out your emails. I think you can be a little more efficient, especially if you're not a crazy fast typer. And I think this is a great way to go. Let me show you another tool while we're back here. I'm going to go under the View tab, again, of Microsoft Word. And notice there's a group now called Immersive. There's a great new tool in Word and also in many other tools, even in Teams. Tomorrow, we're going to be starting off with Teams and mentioning the same tool again. It's called the Immersive Reader. And what the Immersive Reader allows me to do is put text much larger. It can break it up into syllables to make it easier to read. I can even do line focus to read, let's say, one line at a time. And especially for my dyslexic students, this could really assist as a new reader. I could change the background of my page color. I have tons of different ways to do this. And I can also, again, read aloud.
English or French could help dictating so that
Immersive Reader could really be helpful. That tool is going to show up in Teams as well. Come back tomorrow. So let's get back to the slides because we want to see more than just dictate. So what I'm going to do